Absolutely.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm joined by the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the Jet, Kenny Smith.
Tickets are still available for the next games. Purchase your tickets today. Visit the ticket counter for available games or sign up for season tickets today. Rockets basketball, this is H-Town.
Folks, don't forget to come out to the game for calendar day. What better way to pass the year than with pictures of your favorite mascot, Lucky Flash, and the Russian Power Dancers. Fans don't forget about our bobblehead giveaway day. Jump in the game, bring the family, and get a free Flash bobblehead.
And fans, don't forget to come back for the upcoming Towel Day. All attendees will receive a complimentary Rockets Gold Towel.
And coming up, it's Lunch Bag Day. Come out.
An aerial view of the many buildings making up the skyline of beautiful Houston, Texas. Our broadcast setting tonight. The Chicago Bulls are on the road in this interconference game today. Bringing you some fun on a Monday night. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here alongside Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. DA David Aldridge is on our sideline. After this game, the Rockets head back out on the road. With about half their schedule in the books, they've made significant improvement lately.
And the atmosphere in this building is incredible. And as that win streak continues to grow, the fans' excitement has grown right along with it. And now we've reached that point where it's considered a frenzy.
And before this game gets going, let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Fred Hoiberg. David.
Well, guys, he has an admiration for what he called the intelligent, efficient offense played by today's opponent. He told me that the thing about this team is that they are so good at identifying the weak spots in an opponent, and they come at you in multiple ways depending on where those weak spots are. He said, we've got to be ready for everything. It's a pretty tall order. Guys?
Thank you, David. And the NBA season can be a long one, Chris. How important were team functions and team events during the season as a way to relieve some of the stress of the season?
Oh, man, if you're on a good team and a good team in the locker room, then you really don't even have to have team functions because you're going out, hanging out after every practice, going to play golf on warm days.
It's just natural, right?
Yeah, it's just natural. You're eating with guys, hanging out with guys, and so it is everything because really these are the guys that you're playing for, and the better chemistry, the better the team, I've always believed. And so team functions, hanging out with the Guys, always important.
So the Rockets win the tip. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. So the Bulls 5 right now. Markkanen and Lopez are together down low. Payne out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3. Here's LaVine. Not enough on that one as it misses. On defense, Chicago. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage. And so it begins, taking control right up front.
Well, I like the effort. It always feels good to get on the board first.
And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. On target from 13 feet.
Hey, look, he's not an easy man to defend. He'll get his points one way or another.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. Here's Capella. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
Oh, Harden is so good at finding the open man, and the selfish superstar who really whips the ball over quickly.
Now here's Payne. He's guarded closely. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Now here's Paul. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Lopez with the block.
Well, Lopez is out there to set the tone defensively. I mean, he's a wildly strong defender who sends shots back with authority.
Payne kicks to LaVine. Markkanen sets the pick for LaVine. 5 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. Drills it from outside. LaVine's got 5 points so far.
3 for 4 from the field to start the game. They'll take that.
Paul outside. Pass to James. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
And that's how you answer back.
Trading bombs the last 2 possessions. They're going that way.
Lopez against Capella. Here's Bogdanovich from down in the low post. It goes. Bogdanovich has got his first basket.
And Bogdanovich, a talented scorer, likes getting involved down low.
And you see Bogdanovich, 6'8" at times, listed at shooting guard. GA, is he a 2?
No, if anything, I think he's often better defending power forwards than he is against the wings, in part because you're not going to look to post that position in the way the game is played today. This guy is skilled and tough, but doesn't have the great foot speed defensively, so I think that's to his advantage to guard those guys.
Harden kicks to Paul. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. They get the rebound. And it's Capella missing.
Aggressive move to the bucket, and the D is ready for it.
Payne with it. 11 points for him in that last game against Miami. Here's Bogdanovich. Rebounded by Capella.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I love to hear his explanation. The coach right there, I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Bulls trail by 3. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, that was more than just a tough loss. That was a complete embarrassment.
Well, Greg, what amazed me was they could sustain nothing on offense. They'd make a couple of buckets and go right back into their shell.
For the Rockets, Nene, he's checked in for Capella. Lisa comes in for Anderson, and it's Gordon in for James Harden. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. Mirotic comes in for Markkanen. Valentine's checked in for Bogdanovich. And Ellington is subbed in for Cameron Payne. Now here's Valentine. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Floats one, and he lays it up and in.
Oh, look at the soft touch on the teardrop.
Houston in the lead. Paul passes to James. Now Paul. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. 27 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Mirotic, a screen on Paul. They get it again.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
Out to the right wing. Valentine wide open. He fires, and that misses. That would have put him up. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Rockets lead by 1. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And certainly an intriguing matchup tonight. Let's hear from Trevor Ariza on his team's mentality coming in.
You're playing against a team that's very scrappy. You know, they want to win as well. You got to come ready to play. You got to be ready for everything, and you got to be ready to claw to get this win tonight.
Ariza might as well be describing his own game. System with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Azili. Anderson comes in for Nene. James checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Harden in for Paul. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Robin Lopez is checked in for Bobby Portis. Markkanen comes in for Mirotic. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Wayne Ellington. And it's Payne in for Levine. So for Chicago right now, Markkanen and Lopez are together down low. Valentine out there with Payne, and it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward position. Chris, we all know you were a big Pistons fan growing up, and of course that means that you had plenty of chances to root against the Chicago Bulls. When you go back and you think about when you were young, was there one Bulls player that you loved to hate, so to speak?
You know, a little secret, I always cheered for Detroit, but I never hated the Bulls. Isaiah and Jordan were my favorite players. That's a little bit of a cop-out along with Magic, Bird, Dominique. But no. I really loved Artis Gilmore as well coming before. But no, I really can't say I had a player on the Bulls that I didn't really like.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. Easy breezy in the last game against the Grizzlies. Had a huge game. He scored 23 points, and he got those points as he always does, knocking down shots from beyond the arc. His play was a big part of why their team was able to maintain its hot streak. We'll see if he delivers a similar performance tonight, Kevin. To you.
Thanks, David. It was a terrific game for him. They'll be looking for more of the same tonight.
And I'd be surprised if he doesn't give it to them. He's in a very good frame of mind right now.
Well, if he brings the same energy in this game that he brought into that one, it's going to be another big night for him.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Lopez, a screen on Harden. The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Oh, man, and these shots are just the ones Capella makes on the regular. Just a highly intelligent offensive player.
Now here's Payne. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. It's good from long range.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Here's Gordon. 6-point lead. James outside. And another three for Houston.
Gordon does more than shoot the ball well. He has great passing instincts.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Now here's Payne. 11 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
Well, yeah, as a big fella, that's the thing, Greg. You got to be quick in setting those screens. If you get a little lazy, you get called for it.
And so it's Houston, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been active and effective. And we'll be back with you shortly. The second half just about to get going here. You have to like what we've been seeing from Easy Breezy.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, and then it wasn't all dunks. I mean, they were squaring up with confidence, and that became contagious.
Chris, during your career, you always had incredible footwork in the post. Who are some of the bigs that impress you with their footwork today?
Oh, wow. I think you have to look down in New Orleans. I mean, they have two great examples in Cousins and Davis, two guys that can dance with the best of them. You look at Minnesota and that young fella Cat there, the way that he plays and moves his feet and how he handles it in the post, you have to love it. But I love where the big men are today because they have great footwork. They have the skill set of the small guys and still use their size, but those three come to mind right now.
It's not a lost art either. I think guys realize that their footwork is sometimes their ticket to a good career.
They're better, and if not, they need to open the basketball history books and look at guys like Hakeem Olajuwon and Kevin McHale, two of the best ever with footwork. And that's why, you know, it's fun growing up playing other sports because it prepares you for basketball. It prepares you having the footwork and having to be a big guy but still being light on your feet.
Anderson is down low with Capella. The two pillars of this team, Chris Paul and Harden, are the 1 and the 2. And it's James in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. But they recover it. Off target with the open look. Bulls trail by 9. Outside, Bogdanovich. Payne dishes to Lopez. Shot from 12. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Lopez is great at squaring himself up from mid-range. He's effective whenever he has a little bit of daylight to shoot.
James outside. Harden outside. Lob pass to Capella. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for the Rockets.
They are shooting the lights out from beyond on really limited attempts. So you have to think they ought to feed those hot hands on the perimeter and see if they can keep this thing going.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Chicago calls timeout.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, yeah, he might have seen something he wants to exploit. We'll see what they run coming out of this.
For the Rockets, Vasili's checked in for Capella. Nene comes in for Anderson. And Trevor Ariza is subbed in for James Harden. Bobby Portis is checked in for the Bulls. Ellington comes in for Payne. Portis kicks to Ellington. Got a piece of it. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Paul with the ball. And there's the call on Nene. That's his first foul. Bulls trail by 7. And some players, you just kind of know that they'll end up in coaching. Just the way they approach the game and go about themselves. Chris, having played Hoiberg during your career, did you ever see him becoming a head coach?
Well, it's not as easy to tell your opponents versus your teammates. Didn't have a really close relationship with him. Didn't know what his expectations, never played with him. So, no, I never saw it coming.
Now here's James. He's got 11. To the right wing. Lock at 6. Nene, the screen. Houston needs to get a shot at it. Houston gets it back. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Nene's got his first 2 points of the night. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Markkanen kicks to Ellington. They set the pick. Markkanen sets the pick for Bogdanovich. From deep three-point range, Chicago keeps it going. A new 24-second clock. Now here's Ellington. James covering. In the corner, it's Levine. Passes to Portis. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. Good D by Ariza.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Azili the pass to James. And it's Ariza in the corner. Back to James. From deep. Chicago grabs the miss.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
And it's sad because the team relies on him to be a threat offensively. When he's rolling, that makes them a much more dynamic offense.
Now here's Levine. He has 7. Portis kicks to Bogdanovich. From 13. And the Bulls with another miss.
Off target with his what? Pretty good look from mid-range.
And it's Ariza in the corner. James outside. Paul outside. Azili a screen. Paul with the ball. Now defended by Levine. Nailed from three-point land.
Well, his strong shooting from the first half has carried over into this second.
And here is Ellington. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. He dishes it to Levine. Over Paul. Levine can't hit. And so it's the Houston Rockets enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Everything's fallen into place, and we'll see if they can keep it going. And we'll be back with you shortly. Fred Hoiberg in a recent huddle with his players.
All right, we got to be strong with the ball now, okay? They're in there slapping, digging anytime we get that thing in the paint.
Fred Hoiberg looking to fight fire with fire, I guess, cautioning his guys about being tougher and together on defense and offense.
Yeah, I mean, when the other team is scratching and clawing, doing what it can to disrupt your rhythm, you need to try to match that energy on the other side.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. So for Chicago right now, we've got Payne, Robin Lopez out there with Portis. Then there's Nikola Mirotic, and it's Valentine in at the 2 spot. Count it, and the Houston lead has been cut down to 12 on the bucket from Lopez.
Tremendous execution, getting the shot that they wanted.
Here is Harden. They set the pick. Toledovich setting the pick for Harden. Harden gets a screen from James. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Rockets. Anderson comes in for Mirza Toledovich.
And Harden was the runner-up for the MVP award in 2015, a dynamite player, and continues to excel in all aspects of the game.
Now here's Payne. Now the pass to Portis. Chris, you've been on both sides of the coin for this. When it comes to a veteran presence in the locker room, just how important is that? You know, when you were a young player getting it, and maybe as an older player when you were preaching it.
When I was a rookie, Kevin, I needed a veteran just as much as I needed an assistant coach. They were that important to me because when you think about it, that's how you learn your routine.
Wow.
What to eat before a game, how many hours to eat before a game, how to recoup after a game, how to say no to your friends and family for playoff tickets because, you know, you're at home and you got to buy 75 tickets. You know, just kind of how to navigate through life. That veteran player can help. And I think that's one thing when the game kind of got lost in years past, it was because we lost that veteran presence in the locker room. And so to me, the veteran presence is everything. You know, Chris Mullin getting on me because I'm a rookie. I mean, I would have paid him to do that. So, you know, it's really cool because just as much as they get on you, they help you and they explain the game, help you out with life and everything else. So it's like a big brother relationship.
Oh, that's good to hear. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to listen in on what Fred Hoiberg told his team. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now, or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. Now, here is Harden. Zach LaVine unable to get his last shot to go. The feed to Gordon. Clock at 6. He kicks it to James. From deep three-point range, that shot is off. Now Chicago takes it the other way. The floater goes back up, and Capella sends it back. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Gordon kicks to Harden. Gordon a screen. Harden with it, working on Payne, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Love how Harden attacks the basket when he's close by. Just relentless in finding ways to get himself to the line.
And Chris, when you see Harden coming down the lane at you, there is a very short list of players who can instill that much fear. Pretty much him, Westbrook and LeBron. Each have their own style, and Harden's might be the most refined of all of them.
Well, that's why he gets to the line so much. His speed, his handles, his ability to pull back on the 3, his Euro step. When Harden gets going downhill like that, you just don't have an answer.
Paul's checked in for Houston. Bogdanovich is checked in for the Bulls. Capella against Lopez, and it's off the back rim, no good.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with River.
Another miss by Houston. Bulls trail by 17. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
LaVine against Harden, the 10-footer. Got it. Nice one there from LaVine.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Rockets.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And you know, this is a win they wanted badly, guys. They did not want to get swept in the season series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for James Harden.
He was the alpha dog out there tonight. Totally in charge of this game. No matter what the situation was, he was the one to dictate the action.
Here's Capella. Misses off the left iron.
Something affected him on that shot, and it wasn't the defense.
Payne's shot is good. So it's the Rockets now. 17 points was their biggest margin. Back to James. 34 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Paul outside, 4 on the shot clock. The Rockets again can't hit. Now the Bulls with it. It's a 13-point game. The offensive rebound, Markkanen, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And remember, at 7 feet tall, Markkanen is tough to keep off the board, solid at tracking down misses on that offensive glass.
Scooped up. The kick out to Anderson. And here's James outside. Can't hit that one. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Another win for you guys. How have you guys been able to play at this level and put all these wins together at this point of the season?
You know, a lot of it is focus. We know the season is long. There's going to be good stretches. There's going to be bad stretches. But, you know, we just try to get better every time we come out on the court. One more time.
Well, you are trending north right now. Congratulations. Back to you guys.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.